Welcome to my channel. This is the pre-show. When you like the Emmys and the Grammys, they have that pre-show. That's what this is. Reason why is because I forgot some important information. First and foremost, vinyl tag is just a big part of the VC, something we look forward for every year at the very beginning. It was once again done by Andrew Tales from the Crate, and he has an incredibly good channel, and you really do need to check it out. He hasn't made as many videos, but he has a radio broadcast on Black Sparrow. Well worth checking out. If you want to get a feel for what Andrew's about, that radio broadcast, it shows his eclectic nature and what he likes to collect, and it's everywhere. The other thing I wanted to really say, if you are someone, you're watching this, you go, man, I would like to do a video. I really want to start doing this. It looks fun, which it is. This is probably the #1 way to get started. You have the questions down. You see them. Now you're just going to show part of your collection. You don't have to think about it. This is part of my collection. I'm going to show, you're going to talk about some albums that mean a lot to you. It doesn't get easier than that. It's the easiest way to start your channel. It doesn't get simpler. Make sure you put a hashtag vinyl tag 2020, where put that into the description box so it gets flagged properly. Myself, I've been doing this. I'm going on my almost at 3 years of doing these videos. And I will watch every vinyl tag that comes up. I look for new channels. I want to see the new channels because I want to sub them and see what they have going on. That's what vinyl tag does. It highlights the channels. So if you are thinking about this, you need to do it. Join and jump on, put it out. You know what? You can do this in March if you want. Right now we're flooding the markets with them. Get it? You might want to wait a little bit. It doesn't matter. But please, give it a try. It's fun, it's easy, and it's well worth doing. And you know what? You don't have to get a shot or anything. So, appreciate you watching the pre-show, shall we say, and now on with the main event. OMG, not another freaking vinyl tag, but yes it is. My third one. It gets better every year, and we're doing this one in under 10 minutes. And I have some land if you'd like to buy. Get a hold of me. It's down in the swamp. I'll take care of you. So, ready? Everything's ready. All you guys, you put them in your computer and you do cool things. I have to try to read my writing, and it's really, really bad, but great stuff, okay? Obviously, I got a whole different collection, and cat's here. Meow, meow. Yeah, I know. Hello. Hello. Yep, okay, there he is. All right, perfect. So, he hasn't been to my office all day until I started this up. Unbelievable. So let's begin with Discovery of 2020. If I'm going to discover something, I'm going to buy something that I can't pronounce. I did a great job this year. It is Kyoku Moyo. If you don't know an artist, why buy one album when you can buy two? That way, if you're disappointed, you're doubly disappointed. But if you do it right, you're doubly excited. I was doubly excited. Two great albums, Japanese, kind of rock, space. It's all over the place, jazzy. Really fun stuff. Kyoku Moyo. Can't say it. Here. And if you want to look them up, it's well worth it. Great album. Number 2, a quarantine buy. What's not a quarantine buy this year? Actually, I did travel a lot this year. There was a lot of open record stores, so a lot of my stuff wasn't. But I did buy this during quarantine. Actually pre-ordered it. It came in during this. This is Metallica's. This is SM number 2. So this is Metallica that got together with the San Francisco Orchestra, and back in the 90s they had done just, it was a phenomenal CD. They did it again, and it came up with a box set. It has 4 LPs in here, beautiful book, I don't want to unwrap it, DVD player, which I don't even have, wipe out in the flood, but wonderful box set from Metallica, and the S&M 2, great stuff. Next one item up for bid. Something you would like an OG. I'm telling you, here's what, actually I have one of them that I will show that was on my list, but I would love to get an OG of the very first Television album and the very first run from Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers. To get an OG on both of them would just be, oh, so outstanding. You never know. You never know what you find out there. So I'm hoping it just could happen. Box set. I lost them all, but I've sure brought some back. But the very best, Zamrock. This thing, it is so incredibly good. Just all these great albums of music, of the rock and funk music from Africa. Incredibly fun, danceable, exciting, so many groups in here. This thing is just, it is my pride and joy of a box set. Love it. And even if I had all my other box sets, let me tell you, this was ranked one of my very, very highest, most favorite box sets. Zamrock. Super cool. A concept album. Songs for Drella. There he is, Lou Reed. I got the windows and everything going on here. It's Lou Reed, John Cale, both from the Velvet Underground. They got together in the very late 80s, like 89, after Andy Warhol died, and did an album about the life of Andy Warhol. It is beautiful. It's heartfelt. It rocks out. It's very quiet. It's the Velvet Underground. It has such a good feel. Cale was so inventive. He was such a good foil for Reed. They couldn't stand each other. They tried to tour. It didn't work out. This also could have very easily been my reissue of the year. This is one of my all-time favorite albums. Great concept album. Absolutely love it. Couldn't be happier. How about an album or an artist when they change direction? This is a cool one. Actually, Beethoven's Third Symphony. Okay, Beethoven at the time, the classical music, it was in the classical period. There was Baroque, then it went classical, which was, shall we say, lighter music. The harpsichord went away, and there was the piano. When Beethoven did his Third Symphony, the Heroic Symphony, Eroica, he took the symphony that was lasting maybe 25-30 minutes. He bumped it up to over 50 minutes long. There was more instrumentation that was added to it. It became bigger. It introduced the Romantic era. That is a change of music. I mean, you can have an artist, hey, I'm going from rock to country. No, we're talking creating a whole new genre. That's what he did, and just incredible. The Romantic era, they focused on the melody because it was so much longer, but yet it was filled with emotion. It was dramatic, pragmatic. It was all of that thing. It was amazing. And his Third Symphony, which is a concept because it was a celebration when he was writing it of Napoleon Bonaparte, on how he came in and he took it to the man. And I'm telling you, Ludwig thought that was great. He just, yeah, look at that. He comes in, he's getting rid of these emperors and all that crap and showing the common people are it. And then Napoleon says, hey, I'm emperor now. Pissed Ludwig off, and so he changed it from the Napoleon Symphony to the Heroic Symphony. But it brought in Romanticism, and the Romantic classical music began. That's a change, huge change. No one showed it yet. I can't believe people missed that one. How about a, I should have these memorized. A white label promo. Graham Parson. It even says promo, not for sale, and by gum, it is. I pull it out. Beautiful white label promo. Very cool album, great album from Graham Parsons. Of course, on here it has one of my favorites, Love Hurts, with him and Emmylou Harris. Whew. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And a compilation album. Super simple. If you've been watching, it's been the year of African music for me, right? A million compilations I have so many down there. I just picked this one here, African Scream Contest. Compilation of a lot of bands, more in the middle of Africa. We're thinking more on Nigeria, Zimbabwe, up in that area. Actually not Zimbabwe, Zambia. Wonderful compilation, fun to have. This is contest number 2. I've been trying to get Scream Contest 1, a little bit harder to find, a little bit more spendy, but great compilation album. So many good compilation albums coming out from Analog Africa. If you want to learn something about African music, check out Analog Africa. You can go on Amazon, go on to Bandcamp, well worth looking into. How about an album that tells a story? Okay, so this one. Obviously it didn't fare well in the flood, okay? The vinyl's okay, but so much for the album. So last Christmas, all right, a couple weeks before Christmas, we're downtown Chicago, we're at the Hilton or whatever. Across the street is Buddy Guy's Blues Bar. And it was like late at night. We were out doing some Christmas lights. I don't know what the hell we were doing. And it's 10 o'clock. And I'm done. You know, my body is toast at 10. My youngest one, Eric's going, hey, do you want to go over to that blues? Should we go over there and take a look? You know, he's ready for a drink or whatever. I go, God, I'm so tired. I don't think I want to, son. I think I'll just go to my room. And he goes, are you sure it's just right across the street? I'm saying, no, if I, you know, what would happen? I'd be kicked out of the vinyl community if anybody ever found I was staying across the street from Buddy Guy's bar and I didn't go in there. So I did. And so we walk across the street. It's really cold. It's in the wintertime. Windy as always. And we're standing there. I'm waiting, you know, to pay my money. God, it cost a lot of money to get into that thing. And the band's playing, and all of a sudden the vocalist comes on, and I go, holy moly, that sounds like Buddy Guy singing. And so I was like, come on, man, go, take my money. We get up there. By God, Buddy Guy was there. He was singing. Now, he wasn't playing guitar. He was just singing. And it was so much fun. It just made my night, and I almost didn't go. So afterwards, I was already over to buy some albums, and he comes over and autographs. So there it is. It's my beautiful autograph of my wonderful Buddy Guy. I had like a couple albums autographed. This is the one that I could save, but it's there. I have the vinyl. So nice story that went with that. Yeah, exactly. A CD, something that should be put into vinyl. I desperately want to see the Electric Six Fire put into vinyl. I play this thing to death. I was able to save it, you know, obviously I don't have the packaging because, but I saved about 200-300 CDs from the flood. This was one I had to save. Such good music. Really loved it. The Electric Six. Yeah, meow. Yeah, would you? Okay. Cat's pissed because he's not in this. You know why, right? Oh, by the way, we're over 10 minutes already, but you know that. Okay, common album, and then an uncommon album. Here's a common album. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Probably about 95% of collections have that. Not everybody. Some people don't like Pink Floyd. That's fine. But most people have this album. Trying to get from the glare. Fairly common album. You can find it out there. It's been repressed 1 billion times. And 1 billion people open. Very nice. This is a nice lo-fi. An uncommon album. Pink Floyd's Psychedelic Breakfast. So this is more of a bootleg. Not more of a bootleg, it is a bootleg. More of a bootleg. But just fun stuff. Not as common. You don't see that one out there as often, but a lot of neat stuff. So I do love a nice bootleg from Pink Floyd. This is a good one. An EP. Well, one of my favorite EPs. I lost the cover, but you can see that. The Cramps' Gravest Hits. Obviously, Cramps are one of my all-time favorite groups. This one does have Human Fly on here, Domino, Surfin' Bird, Lonesome Town, just rockabilly classics. They do a great job with the Cramps' Gravest Hits. What a great one. Girl group, the Pandoras. Great stuff. Early 80s, when you think about the jangle pop going on, the psychedelic revival of the 80s, the Pandoras were a big part of that, and this is just a wonderful album. If you like that kind of music, you won't go wrong. This won't cost you an arm and a leg. You don't have to give up a kidney to get it. Well worth it. How about favorite artwork? I've loved this for years. I bought just it for the art. The first Santana. Now, it took me many years. I didn't know this. I just saw the cool line. I always liked that. I liked how it was written and drawn out. And then you look closely, and there's the people. There's the heads. Look at that. Isn't that neat? When you start, it's like one of those where you stare at it a while and all kinds of other things start to appear within it. So awesome. God, that is so neat. Love those kind of pictures. And they just did one heck of a job. What a great album, but that's fun artwork. My most listened to album. I'm just going to talk about my most listened to this year. If it's in a lifetime, Bachman Turner's Overdrive, Not Fragile, because that's all I played growing up constantly. The Cramps, the songs the Lord taught us. But this year, Wildflowers. This was my top album of the year, my favorite one that came out this year. I constantly play it. I can't get enough of it. I just think it's an incredibly good music, well worth checking out. You can find it again on Bandcamp, worth looking into. Look, if you just pull up my top 13 albums of the year, I'll play you a couple song samples on there. Take a look at it. Wonderful album. Here's a funny thing. So I show this, and I get this, a message, a comment comes in, and it says Wildflowers. I go, well, okay, someone's screwing with me here. It was him. He'd watched the video. Jacob, it was Mo and Rock. Now he has a new channel name. Sorry, Jacob. I should have promoted it. I can't think of it. But he's from Denmark, and he's on a site that Lorenzen's on. And so he says, hey, check this out. And he sent me the thing, and Lorenzen goes, what the fuck? And he watched it, and he commented, and it's like, oh my God, greatest thing ever, best comment ever. I got a comment from Wildflowers. But this is a wonderful album. Really, really love it. And OG I picked up this year. This was something that was on my list. It needed to be an OG. Now, it is Water Damaged. This is Andy Warhol's first one. And you say, well, couldn't you get a better one? Here's the reason why. This is the original cover. It has, see this is the person. That was one of the people in the Factory Underground and Warhol's Underground that had his picture. It was on the screen, but he sued him, and he says, hey, he got picked up for drugs. And so he's like, I'm going to sue Verve because they never asked to put my picture on there. So Verve suddenly had to pull all these albums. They put a sticker across there, and then they airbrushed them out. So most of them do not have this picture on here, and I really, really wanted that. And the vinyl on this thing, it's beautiful. You know what? And flood damaged album? Why would I worry about that? Well, I got lots of those. So so happy. This was huge on my list to get an OG. Very excited about that. Last album you purchased. I was going to say this Mo-Fi of Weezer. I got this in on Saturday, but then Sunday I go down to my local record store and I bought this, Cosmic Truth. We'll talk about this in an upcoming one of my Sunday shows, but is that not awesome? We're talking cosmic funk here. This is from Motown, and it's like, hey, you know what? Parliament, Funkadelic, we got to do something about it. We need to get spacey and funky, and this is what they came up with. It is spacey, it is funky, it's a lot of fun. Good stuff, and great afros. Okay, how about an album that people don't get? That's kind of a sad thing. People just don't get it. People don't get it, man. That's Neil Diamond. This is Hot August Nights. People don't always get Neil Diamond. They go, oh, Neil Diamond, you know, there's a bucket thing. This thing is awesomely good. Fantastic live album. Why does it look, I don't know, his hand placement, it looks erotically wrong for a guy that, that's personal thought, okay, but we're off track now. But what the hell? Great album. I mean, he really rocks on this. He does his hits. This is so much fun to listen to. Just, Neil Diamond gets trashed a lot. I don't mind it. I mean, okay, Heartlight, I hate Heartlight. You know, once he hit mid-70s stride, not much of a fan, though he redid something with Rick Rubin I like, but this is awesome. Great stuff. Punk album. The Undertones. Now, someone sent me this. This is the UK version. I had an original from Sire from the US. This has their song Teenage Kicks, which is just one of the biggest punk songs. You get a punk compilation, you get the Undertones Teenage Kicks. The UK one did not have it on there, but the fact is, this is from the UK. This is an original. That is so dang cool. So happy to have, what a great punk group. The lead singer's voice, you got to get used to it. Not easy. And best reissue, my favorite one this year, Tom Pettys Wildflowers. Nah, I don't even own it yet. Bob Dylan, no, I don't own it yet. Emmylou Harris. Oh my God, beautiful. This thing can make you weep. It can make you cry. Her voice is so incredibly beautiful on this. I've had the CD for years. It's my favorite. Emmylou Harris. This came out in the 90s. And when they reissued this year, it was wonderful. You know, the Lou Reed, John Cale was a big one. Lou Reed's New York was a huge reissue for me. This one meant a lot. And if you want beauty, if you want something beautiful to listen to, wonderful music, you got to have it. It's just wonderful. So there we go. Vinyl Tag 2020. I'd say I got all the questions down below, but I'm probably too lazy to do it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But great batch of albums that regretfully now I got to spend all this time putting away, but I love doing this. So if you are a new channel, please think about doing this. This is really important. It can really help you, you know, to start a video. So it's worth looking into doing. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Can you believe this? One more addendum to this video. I just was trying to get it up to 30 minutes, so I keep adding crap. I did not mention some channel call outs, and that's important. That's part of Vinyl Tag, is we want to try to promote other channels, and I failed to do that, and so I do have some I want to call out. First, I want to call out Scott Spinner 1, and that's George. He's out of Scotland, and I've gotten to know George through comments and absolutely love this man. He has such a wonderful taste between the jazz but also from the 80s, kind of punk and rock. He did a great video on Bebop Deluxe, which really educated me, and you know, it was a group I didn't know much about, and he did it with such love, and it was an awesome, outstanding job. So Scott Spinner 1. A new channel, Total Insignificance. And when I last checked, he had 25 subs, so he obviously needs some help with that. But I asked you to go take a look. Again, nice, doing a great job. Total Insignificance. George Allen. I have written down, he has more than this now. I had written down about 54 subs. I know he has more than that. George Allen comes to you live from the tornado cellar. That's what he said. Okay, he must be down south. You always have a tornado cellar down there, but he's enjoying himself. You can see this. He's a man with a lot of stories and information to share. Then there's Randall Nelson. That's not Randy, that's a Randall Nelson. And my last visit he had 90, or last time I wrote it down, and maybe he's over 100. Again, he's been consistent every week. He's putting out something. He's enjoying himself. Really fun just to watch and to hear what he has to say. Another one is Darren Bodine. At last I looked, he had 68. Darren's written, he's been out there. On Instagram, I see him all the time, and he's commented on my channels for a very long time. And so, I'd love to see him take off and start to grow. So, really exciting. Check out Darren Bodine. And then they're brand new. He just did this. Vinyl tag was his first one. It's called Diamond Needles, or maybe he did one before that, but Diamond Needles. And he just did a vinyl tag. He had like 5 to start with. So it's just a fantastic job. He has these 2 cool guitars behind him. So it looks impressive. So take a look at that channel. So there we have it. Now I just added 3 more minutes onto this. Now it's going to be super long. So thanks everyone. Bye.